Sometimes the biggest, most profound ideas are hidden in the simplest things. And today, we're going to look at one of those, the surprisingly deep philosophy hiding in the simple act of cutting a square. It's an idea that can totally transform how we see not just shapes, but creativity itself.
So, just picture it. A perfect square. It feels final, doesn't it? It's complete, balanced. It gives you a sense of stability, like, okay, we're done here. But then, this happens. A single, sharp line cuts right across it. And just like that, the wholeness is gone, the balance is totally thrown off, and this super simple action, well, it forces us to ask a really, really important question. Is the square gone? Is it ruined? Destroyed? I mean, our first instinct is to say yes, right? That cutting something is purely an act of loss. But what if we're looking at this all wrong? Yeah, what if that cut isn't an ending at all? What if it's actually just the beginning? What if breaking something apart is the very first step to unlocking a whole new universe of potential that was hidden inside all along? So that brings us to our first big idea here, a square destroyed. But it's not what you think. This is all about how dissection doesn't really destroy a shape. It just reveals the fundamental components that were secretly there the whole time. And here's the beautiful paradox at the heart of all of this. Sure, the form of the square is gone, yes, but is anything really lost? No. All of its substance, its area, every single bit of it is still right there. Nothing has been lost. It's just been transformed. And there's this fantastic ancient puzzle called the tangram that just illustrates this idea perfectly. It's the ultimate example of this whole philosophy in action. So the tangram starts with just one square, right? And it gets cut into these 7 very specific pieces. You get 5 triangles of different sizes, 1 little square, and 1 parallelogram. That's it. Those are your only building blocks. But wow, look what you can do with them. From just those 7 pieces, remember, nothing's been added, nothing's been taken away, you can create this almost infinite number of new shapes. A person, a soaring bird, a cat, a house, and every single one is made from the exact same stuff as that original square. Okay, so this looks like magic, but it's not. It's math. There are some really deep, fundamental rules at play here that make all this creative rearrangement even possible. The first rule, and honestly the most important one, is what's called the conservation of area. It just means that the total amount of space the pieces take up never ever changes. This is so crucial. It means that the cat, the bird, and the original square are, in a very real mathematical sense, equivalent. They're the same thing, just in a different outfit. And this is such a great way to see the difference between appearance and structure. I mean, look at them. On the surface, a bird and a house look completely different, right? But structurally, if they're made from the same tangram pieces, they are identical. They've got the same DNA, the same underlying truth. So when you start playing with this stuff, it really does change the way your brain works. You stop seeing these fixed, static shapes. And instead, you start to see a world made of movable components, of parts that are just waiting to be reconfigured into something brand new. And that mental shift, that's where we jump from a simple puzzle to a really profound metaphor for human innovation and creativity itself. I mean, think about it. This is exactly how creative thought works, isn't it? Step 1, you take existing ideas. Step 2, you break them down into their core parts, their essential bits. Then, step 3, you rearrange those parts. And boom, step 4, you create a totally new insight. It's the exact same process. And that's why we can say this, and it's so cool. Dissection is the geometry of thinking. It's a visual, tangible way of seeing how the abstract process of creativity actually works. It is innovation made visible. All right, so let's bring this all home. What's the deepest insight we can really pull from the simple act of cutting up a square? It's this. This is the big takeaway. Mathematics shows us that creativity doesn't always have to be about inventing something totally new from scratch. So often, the most profound breakthroughs come from simply rearranging the pieces that are already in front of us. So I'll leave you with this question. Think about the challenges, the projects, the ideas in your own life. What are the pieces you already have? And what incredible new thing could you create, not by adding more, but just by rearranging what's already there?